Hi everybody, welcome back to Homemade and Homegrown. My name is Tammy Sousa. Thanks for joining me. Today we're going to be canning tomatoes. This time we're going to be doing it just diced, crushed tomatoes. So we'll see you in a minute. So hi, welcome back. Okay, so we are going to be doing the most easiest pressure canning job there is, which is canning your crushed or halved or diced tomatoes, however you want to put them in the jar, and it's going to be cold packed, so I'm not going to be putting these in a pot to boil them or anything like that, but I'm going to be cutting these up a bit. These are my San Marzanos, and these are really meaty, so they make great tomatoes and Romas. I've got some Romas in here too. They make great tomatoes for sauce and, you know, and just canning the tomato as is without being so watery. Okay, so all I'm going to be doing is I'm washing them. They're here in the water, and I'm going to be dicing them up, putting them in a jar, and I'm going to be doing pint jars today. And then I'm going to be putting a half a teaspoon of Himalayan salt and 1 tablespoon of lemon juice, just to keep the acidity at a good level for when you're canning tomatoes. Okay, so I'm just going to get started, and yeah. So have you had a good week so far? I know I have. We've been doing a lot of processing. Half a teaspoon of salt. I'm just going to put them all in the jar already. But no, we've been doing a lot of harvesting in the garden. I got a ton of stuff to do. So I definitely want to get these tomatoes out of the way. This is probably the biggest job. Yesterday I did 10, 20, 30 pounds of potatoes and processed those. Oop. Get in there. And what else did I do? Beans. We froze some more beans. Okay, tablespoon. So I'm going by the Amish cookbook. This one here. You can get that on Amazon. I'm not affiliate. But this is the one I'm going by, and I'm going by their whole or half tomatoes with no added liquid. I'm going to process these in a pressure. You can water bath can these too to make it a little bit easier on yourself if you don't have a pressure canner. So that's cool. If you are going to choose water bath canning, they say, well, first you have to figure out your altitude. If you're under 1,000 feet, you're going to process the pints. These are pints, just the half ones here, and you're going to process them for 85 minutes. And for the quarts, the double the size, you're going to process them also for 85 minutes. For pressure canning, process quarts and pints for 25 minutes. Okay, so that's what I'm going to be doing, is the pressure can recipe. Okay, now I'm going to add the lemon juice to all the jars. We just got a few new eggs with our new layers that we purchased. So for those of you who don't know, we did a video on losing our chickens to a weasel. They were just about to lay, and he or she got them. So we had to replace them. Okay, so I've got the salt and the lemon juice in all the jars. Now all I'm going to be doing is dicing the tomatoes. Bring it down. And I'm going to just put them in the jar just like this. Don't have to worry about the seeds because there's very little seeds in these tomatoes. But I guess just cut them in like, I don't know, either a 1/2 inch or an inch. Very, very easy. Anybody can do this. You just pack them in the jar. Now, this is just some scarring, and I'm going to take that off too. Got my little bucket here for the chickens. There we go. Just a tiny bit of scarring on the outside. Probably just where it was sitting on the vine. These are such beautiful. I am so blessed. God gave me the most beautiful tomatoes this year. He truly, truly looked after us. Our season didn't seem like it was going to produce much. I don't know where, if you have a garden or where you're at, but we didn't have a whole lot of rain until, oops, I almost put that in there. We had more rain, I should say, at the beginning of the season, and it almost was like too much rain. So I was pretty worried. And I also did an experiment this year for tomatoes. I kept a few of my plants in my greenhouse, and they did pretty good, but not as good as the ones outside. So I think it's because they didn't get all that pollinated. I've still got a ton of flowers all on the vines, and I just been underneath. I've been picking the red tomatoes. All right, so you're gonna fill it up. Squish them down, but you're gonna fill it up because there's gonna be some. Oops, sorry. I totally thought. Okay, just fill it up to the top rim here. I'm not adding any water or anything like that. Okay. Oops, I forgot my paper towel to wipe the rim. Gotta wipe the rim. And I'm using some vinegar here. And I'm just gonna wipe the rim right there on the top. Clean off the edge. And we're gonna put a top on and the rim. Just like that. And I'm gonna put it straight in the canner here, the pressure canner. It's all cold, so it's not turned on or anything. So I'm gonna carry on with this because obviously this is gonna be a big job here, and I'm not gonna keep you. But I will be back as soon as I got all the cans filled with the tomatoes. Okay, I'm still at it. I'm still cutting up the tomatoes and filling the jars, but I've got 9 pints on the bottom here, and then when you do another level, you need to put one of these separators because you can't put the can on top of the other ones. So I'm going to just put that on top like so. I'll show you. Okay, just like so. Yep. There's 9 in there all together. Put that on top, and I'm going to put another 9. It'll be a total of 18 in one processing. So I'll be right back. Okay, everyone. So I've got my head cut off. Okay, I've got 9 and 9, 18 pints in my pressure canner. Okay, and I'm going to put the lid on. Where's my lid? Okay. You want to make sure that if you do pressure can, you want to make sure that nothing is blocking the vent pipe. Okay, and you'll be able to see right through. Okay, and nothing is obstructing your pressure gauge. I call this a nipple, but as long as it goes up and down nice and loosely, because that's what's going to give you an indication that pressure has built up into the canner. And just make sure that your gasket, sorry, should take it out. your rubber gasket is free and clean from like your last processing that you might have done, and also to have it oiled. Now I did it yesterday, so I think we're pretty good. It's not sticking. You don't want it sticky or anything. So I'm gonna put that back in the lid. Put that in there. Okay. All right. So on the lid there's an arrow that indicates where to put the lid on. And press down a little bit and you can hear some air. Listen. I don't know if you heard that, but I did. And then you turn it. That way you know it's got a good seal. Okay. And turn my burner on high. And as soon as this gets boiling and my vent pipe gets steaming, I will bring you back, because as soon as this is steaming, we have to let that vent all that steam for a solid 10 minutes. Okay, and then once we've done that, we're going to set the processing time. These are going to be processed for 25 minutes. So once we get to that steaming part, I'll bring you right back. Okay guys, this valve here has just popped up, and this is going to start steaming. You can't see the steam right now, but it will start. But once it does, I'm going to allow it to steam for 10 full minutes. Now, it has to be, you know, quite a lot of steam coming out of this. Okay, so once you start seeing that, then you're going to set your timer for 10 minutes, and then you're going to put your canner's weight on. So whatever canner you have, make sure you follow the directions from the booklet that came with it. And but I'm going to put mine on there, and then I'm going to process for 25 minutes. Oh, sorry. No, I'm not. I'm going to let the pressure build up to 10 pounds of pressure. Right there. Once it does that, then I'm going to set the 25 minutes to process. Okay. So once these are done processing, I will bring you right back. The timer just went off. They've been processed for 25 minutes. Now, I've turned off the burner, and this is what you have to do. You do not touch your canner. You leave everything on the way it is. Let it cool down on its own. Once my dial hits to 0, and this gauge or nipple or whatever you want to call it is back down, okay, that's when I will remove the weight, and I'll probably wait another 5 minutes or so, and then before I take the lid off. And also, excuse me, my throat's getting weird. Anyway, also what I'm going to do is once I take the lid off, I'm going to leave them in there for another 5 minutes, just because of the adjusting of temperature and stuff like that. I don't know if it's necessary, but I kind of do it just, I don't know, just for my own peace of mind. Then what I'll do is I'll remove the cans and bring them over to my table in the dining room, and I'll leave them sit there overnight. It's 2 o'clock now here, almost 2 o'clock. I've got more jars to do, so I'm going to be processing more and more. Let me see, and more and more. Oh, I already emptied that one out. So these two, oh, there's the other one. I have to put that there, and more once these guys get ripened. So lots of processing to do for tomatoes, but I just feel really, really blessed this year. The tomatoes did amazing. So that's it, guys. I think what I'll do is at the end of the video, I'll just show you, like scan a picture or a video of the of what the cans look like once they're out of the canner. I'm scatterbrained this morning. Or this afternoon. Today, I'm scatterbrained today. But anyway, I'm gonna start another batch after this one, but I do got to go into town and pick up more jars. Hopefully I'll be able to find some. Please God, let me find some, as well as some more of the lids. I have to get some more of the lids. I got lots of rings. But anyway, so I will see you next time. If you enjoyed my video, please give it a like. Maybe hit subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss another video that I upload. Here at Homemade and Homegrown, we just try and live a self-sustaining and independent lifestyle where I'm kind of not really relying too much on the system, and supporting local farmers and things like that. So when it comes to my beef, I support a local beef farmer. I do my own chickens here, raise my own chickens for both meat and eggs, and then my gardening. So this is how I am now taking on life, and I just absolutely love being able to, you know, just really give my family good, healthy food that I know that what's inside. You know, nowadays we just don't know what they put in our foods, and a lot of it is preservatives and things like that that we don't need, that our body doesn't need, and really doesn't even know how to process, for that matter. But this is my new lifestyle, and I absolutely love it, and I'm so happy to be able to share it with you. So again, hope you enjoy the videos, and lots of other videos I put on there, so maybe you could go and check them out and see what I am all about. But I'm pretty simple, not complicated at all. But anyway, thanks again for stopping by the Homemade and Homegrown channel, and we will see you next time in the next video. Bye for now, and God bless.